What's up, guys? Welcome back to another PT2S1 stream. This is only my second proper stream since returning to the PT2S1 channel, and today we're continuing with the FC26 Newcastle United Manager Career Mode. Hope you guys having a good early Sunday afternoon. And yeah, obviously, you know, it's nice to have the PT2S1 channel remote. And this is a really good start to our Newcastle career. Obviously, I'm allowed to buy 2 to 3 players per season. Playing Legendary. And but, you know, obviously, not supporting Newcastle real life, but my objectives for my Newcastle United Manager Career Mode in Season 1 is to win them the FA Cup and get in the top 5 of the Premier League to get us to the Champions League. I bought Ademar Lookman and Mickey van der Ven in my first stream, a new defender and a striker, and we played 5 games in my first stream. We sit 8th in the table on 6 points. We started pretty badly, actually, losing to Aston Villa 2-1 and Liverpool 2-1. However, Lookman did get both goals in those games, and we did lose tightly. We then bounced back after a tactical change, smashing Leeds 5-0 and smashing Wolves 3-0. Lookman got a brace in the Leeds game, and he got a hat-trick in the Wolves game. Then, in our first Champions League group stage match of the season, we put up a mighty fight away from home against PSG in the Parc des Princes and snatched a 2-2 draw, meaning we've won 2, drawn 1 and lost 2, but since our loss, we've won 2 and drawn 1. Lookman, since coming to the club, 7 goals in 5 appearances. Mickey van der Ven has also done really well so far as well. Today we're playing 5 games. 3 Premier League games. 1 away from home against Bournemouth. 2 massive ones against Arsenal and Nottingham Forest at home. A Carabao Cup first round against Plymouth. We are the holders of the cup after all. And a Champions League match day 2 against PSV at home. So a pretty good bounce back in the season after initially... Well, after initially having a pretty bad start, I'd say it's quite unlucky, really. But it is what it is, you know. It was tight 2-1 losses. It was, you know, we were way too deep for the majority of the game. Didn't really have enough possession or chances, and we were pegged back until near the end where we lost both the games pretty late on in the last 10-5 minutes. But we have responded with 2 wins and a really confident draw against one of the best teams in Europe. Now playing against 13th place Bournemouth, who had a much worse start than us. 3 losses and a draw for them and a win. They've only won 1 Premier League game so far this season. This is, of course, our 5th Premier League match of the season. I'm going to make 1 change. Sven Botman starting over Fabian Schär due to fatigue. But every single player in Newcastle United colours have started the season so well. I'm very proud of how we bounced back. I'm very proud of the 2 new signings, Lookman and Van der Ven. Alanga and Gordon have been electric along with the midfielder Tonali, Joe Linton and Gimrai so far. So hopefully we can continue the good form. 2 wins and a draw since losing the first 2 games. We should be beating Bournemouth, but obviously playing away from home at Vitality Stadium. They've got a ferocious atmosphere, so we just need to be a bit wary of that. But I do think, you know, Newcastle being Newcastle should have this game in the bag. We have a really good attack so far this season, though, especially in our last 2 matches. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hope you guys enjoy this stream. Let's get straight into it. Our first game. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. You know, you never know. You never know. It's a big, big game. Massive, massive, massive game. Let's see how it goes. Newcastle face Bournemouth away from home at the Vitality Stadium in green and white. Newcastle 2 wins and a draw since their bad start to the season. Lookman's on fire, 7 goals and 5 appearances for him. Same with Gordon and Alanga, who are electrifying along with that midfield. They are on good form. Lookman will have the first pass. I've got the Champions League ball, that's annoying. It's Hall, and here is Anthony Gordon's first run. Ball from Gordon. Does win it back though pretty well. Hall. Tonali. Gimaraes. Anthony Alanga twisting, turning, waiting for the overlap of Tino Livramento. Crosses it in. Come out to Van der Ven, who's had a brilliant start in Newcastle colours so far. Newcastle want to get in a Champions League spot this season and hopefully win a trophy, whether that's the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. Gimaraes. We are in a Champions League as well, though, of course. Alanga with Tino Livramento on the overlap again. He's found Bruno Gimaraes. Joelinton! Oh! Rattled the frame! Unlucky. He hit that with venom, all right. It was curling and bending and... Oh, what a brilliant effort. That is so unlucky from the midfield man. So unlucky. The ball fires through. Oh, that's a handball, surely. don't know why Bournemouth got given advantage there. He barely did anything. It is a bit unrealistic for Newcastle to get far in the Champions League or be in a Premier League title race this season, but we'll see what we can conjure up. This team is certainly capable of great things. I want to stay at this club for multiple years. That's my plan. I'm not leaving to Man United or Real Madrid or Man City easily. Shot on! Ramsdale has it easily. Yeah, I'm going to stay here for multiple seasons. Hopefully get an international career as well. Hopefully manage England at some point during this career mode. We'll see though. At the moment, I've got no manager career to do. But at some point, whether this season or next season, I do want to manage England along with Newcastle, because an international career would be fun alongside the Newcastle career modes, instead of just going straight to a World Cup career mode that Newcastle have recently set out. No, FIFA has really set out. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Just waiting for the right pass. Newcastle being a bit too patient when they shouldn't have to be. So I have set out the high pressing on this career mode. It's a good ball, and can they keep it in? Newcastle might have issues. No, just ran out in the end. Rowan, Van der Ven, brilliant start to the season. Same with Lookman. Guimaraes plays it to Gordon. Now look at the pace. Can he get there? No. Just a bit poor. A bit too... Oh, good rim by Joe Linton initially. And now chasing is Gordon. Ryan. Scott. Justin Kluivert. Tonali using his strength. Tonali using his width and his pace. That's poor. I mean, both teams just being a bit slop in the opening 20 minutes. No chances apart from Joe Linton's one to look at. Van der Ven. Chance! Oh! Wide from Nelson. Ramsdale scrambling to get there. A bit lucky there, boys. We got to be more tight. Bit too easy for Evan Nelson to turn past Mickey Van der Ven and find the shot. That was a bit of a worry. Just poor on the ball so far, Newcastle. Same with Bournemouth, really. Here is Alanga. Lookman. Trying to set Alanga on his way. Back to Livramento. Poor. Like I said, Newcastle can't afford to be this poor on the ball in the early stages. Lovely by Tino Livramento. The captain takes charge. Azima, Joe Linton. A gaping gap in that midfield that Newcastle can exploit. It's Lookman. Anthony Gordon in here! Shots it in with perfection! And Newcastle hit the front. Come on! The Evertonian has his second of the season. Slots it in the corner perfectly. And just when Newcastle were getting frustrated, the deadlock's broken. And the Vitality Stadium, just a few murmurs, and that's what Newcastle want to see. Ademar Lookman isn't just here for goals, he's here for play, he's here for runners, he's here to be composed on the ball. And he offers that. Another assist in his locker as he saw Gordon perfectly, timed the pass perfectly. How cool and calm was Gordon in front of goal. Just waited for the goalkeeper to come out. And he just placed it, slotted it perfectly. 1-0 Newcastle. Come on, boys. Lovely start. It's our first real chance apart from Joe Linton's shot. And now we have the ball again. Gordon. Gordon. No one in the middle now. There is Alanga who's closest to it. Oh, Tonali gives it straight to Bournemouth. That was really bizarre. Van der Ven stepping out really well. Guimaraes, now Alanga. Advantage played as he was fouled. Tino Livramento charging in here. Lookman! Oh! Two in quick succession. He's got another. Incredible from him. He's living his life, living his dream at Newcastle. And the away end in raptures and roaring to our right. Alanga to Livramento, who went galloping on his high horse through the centre. And Lookman, he only needs a yard. He only needs a millimetre to get his shot away. Dragged it. And it couldn't be more farther in the corner than that. Newcastle have a habit of scoring one and then scoring another quickly. They've done it again. And they've got Bournemouth right when they want them. It is 2-0. Perfect for Newcastle. And now Guimaraes wins it back. And now this is where Newcastle can make it pretty... Well, not pretty for Bournemouth, pretty for them though. Guimaraes. Tonali wants to hit one. Blocked. Now Bournemouth to break. And Mickey Van der Ven, not many get past him. He's gotten past him, Hindo. Botman has to try and scamper forward here. There might be a chance. It's a brilliant block by Lewis Hall. Absolutely fantastic. It's exactly what I want to say. Oh, and again! Look at that tackle from Hull. Crucial in this game. Now Alanga resets. Is he on? Armada Luckerman. He is. Just a heavy touch. I know what he was trying to do. Too cheeky, too effective. Bournemouth trying to offer them something at the stroke of half. Now it's Hull. Gordon, and now they go on the hunt again. Flick into gear with numbers left and right. He's got Alanga. He's got Alanga! Ball supplied by Petrovic, who had to labour down low to get there. But Newcastle look absolutely unrecognisable from their first two games, where they're so deep and lacked any threat in attack apart from the 2 goals they scored. Tonali to take the corner. Joe Linton there. No one else there though. The last kick of the half will be Newcastle's terrain on the ball. Joe Linton. Oh, well, just had to look forward there, Joe Linton, to stop the half-time whistle. It is 2-0, both goals coming in 3 minutes. Gordon on the score, assisted by Lookman, and then Lookman got assisted by Alanga. But Newcastle looking one of the best attacks in the league and looking pretty solid in defence. They've already got 2 clean sheets this season. They're about to make it. They're looking to make it 3. I mean, they've been so well. This team looked like title challengers. Way too early in the season to be saying that in my second episode, but it is absolutely fantastic. Yes, our last 3 games have been easy. You know, Leeds, Wolves and Bournemouth, but still, you've got to win them. And we're winning them pretty comfortably at the moment. Ryan. Do got to be switched on in the second half though, Newcastle. Guimaraes is there. The shot might be invited. No. Now Gordon. And now Lookman looks the other way. And now Gordon to turn on the burners and to race forward to rampage. He's got past him. Can he keep it in? I can't. Just a few heavy touches that put him out of control. The captain will look long. Win the header. Alanga with strength and compromise. The 1-2 with Bruno Guimaraes. Here goes the former United winner. Oh, very frustrating, very frustrating. Bournemouth are unable to go much at the moment. What a signing Lookman's been so far though. Brilliant assist, brilliant goals. Had to buy him. Shot on! Could have been dangerous. I thought it was going to be dangerous, but it was straight at Ramsdale. Van der Ven, brilliant ball. Alanga couldn't squirm it into Lookman. Newcastle just a bit frustrated at the start of this half. That's a crunching tackle by Alanga. Brilliant. Brilliant! This is brilliant. The defending, despite being frustrated in attack, is brilliant. And now Newcastle to squirm men back. Tino Livramento, they're just trying to stop the cross. Oh. Does look slightly dangerous! Mickey van der Ven at the very last causes a few gasps from both sides, but he's there with his recovery pace and that brilliant tackle. Tavernier. Van der Ven wins it. Guimaraes with a challenge. Sandro Tonali. Bruno Guimaraes. He's just bobbling at a few! And it's the 3rd catch Ramsdale's had to make today. Bournemouth haven't really tested him as well as they could have. Oh, lovely ball. Lovely ball. Newcastle going to make some subs. Van der Ven, he's looking a bit fatigued and not surprised. He's going to join Livramento on the bench, who's coming on for Trippier. So that'll be Dan Burn and Kieran Trippier to just add a bit more legs, add a bit more freshness. He's had a really positive hour, Van der Ven. He'll probably be a bit unhappy he's coming off, but to preserve our players with quite a busy schedule as we are in the maximum of our competitions. And we are 2-0 up. Pretty comfortable at the moment. That 3rd goal would seal it. Ooh. Tonali. Here is Gordon. And now look at the space. Oh, he lost it. Trippier steps out. Tonali. And now Joe Linton. And now there's players on the run. And there's players left and right. Kieran Trippier driving forward. He's just come on! Oh, hammers it wide. Should have hammered it home. It's a breathtaking move. Kieran Trippier absolutely rampaging forward. That was brilliant. The determination and the desire to get forward from him was fantastic. He's just been on. That certainly would have sealed the game. Petrovic, Joelinton chasing it down. Winning every ball in the air, Newcastle at the moment. Now Gordon. Oh, Alanga didn't win that though. Kieran Trippier driving out. 2 bites at it, didn't win the second one. Scott, Justin Clivert, the captain, making hard yards to get there. Fantastic. That's what you want your captain to do. And Newcastle in fine voice the away end, driving forward. Lookman, Trippier, Alanga. Oh, I was too busy ball watching. Didn't see what Alanga was actually doing. Bit frustrating in the second half and attack for Newcastle. Not much happening actually. Oh, that could be dangerous. Justin Kluivert. Cut back! Oh, what a save! What a blinding save. I don't know whether it was going on target and it's Scott, but Ramsdale did so well to make up the ground. Was it going on target? I don't think it was. I think it might have hit the post, but you got to be there. You got to get there. You can never be sure. Ramsdale's there as well. Now he throws it out, and now look at Newcastle on the counter. Alanga, Anthony Gordon, all by himself. He's got Lookman in the centre. He might be offside. It's Anthony Gordon. He's bursting away here. Oh my God. Just got to be timing it better. Joelinton. Gordon somehow won that. Hall. Joelinton. Now Hall. Gordon! Well, Newcastle have been pretty lacklustre in attack in the second half. They haven't done much. They've had poor decision making. I will say that, boys. I'd expect to be better. Because if Bournemouth were actually not in bad form, it would be a bit dangerous. And things like this can happen. Tavernier cuts it back! And if that would have gone in, it would have caused a few murmurs and scares. Just through my boys, you've got to... It's lucky that they haven't nicked a goal, really. The attack in the second half hasn't been good enough from Newcastle. I think they've just let their foot off the gas. Adamada Lookman looking wide, looking for Joelinton, who's playing on the wing now. Poor Newcastle attacking again. Botman's in there. Guimaraes is in there. Alanga. Guimaraes. Joelinton. Yeah, no, it's just not been good enough in this half and some senses of attacking play. It's been quite lacklustre. Bournemouth looking to cause worries right at the end. Oh, it's in. It's in. And with 1 minute to go, Evan Nilsson. And I've got to say, boys, the only reason why it's come to this is because our attack in the second half, keep giving the ball away. You know what I mean? Still, Newcastle still deserve the win, but it's a poor goal to concede. Too many Bournemouth men. It is 90th minute though, so you would have hoped Newcastle would have this under control. Alanga, Gordon. He's got to win this. He's got to... Yeah, Newcastle take all 3 points of the Vitality. It's a happy story for Newcastle as far as they're concerned. It was a really good first half that caused them to get 2 goals. They could have got more. They held Bournemouth pretty well for the majority of the game, despite being pretty lacklustre in the second half. In attack, they were pretty resilient in defence. A late goal by Bournemouth made things slightly interesting, but I think Newcastle deserved the win. They just had to get another goal to make it slightly more comfortable. That's my only criticism. Apart from that, you're fine. Now Newcastle playing in the first round of the Carabao Cup against Plymouth Argyle. Now usually I would say when playing, you know, Carabao Cup or FA Cup, you know, should still play my A team. This is the third round of the Carabao Cup we're talking about. No, we do not need to play my A team for this match. I think, you know, a lot of players haven't really got a game time in the opening 6 games for Newcastle this season. I think it is not the FA Cup. It's the Carabao Cup. I think in every round of the FA Cup I'd look to play my strong players. I think in most rounds of the Carabao Cup I look to play my strong players, but certainly in the opening 1 or 2 rounds, especially where you're playing a team as weak as Plymouth Argyle. I'm not here to underestimate teams, but I think, you know, you should realistically be playing your B team. You need to give other players game time. You know, the Carabao Cup isn't the most important trophy we're looking for. Any trophy Newcastle would love to win. They've only won one in the last God knows how many years, but the point is, especially in the early rounds, especially against weak opposition, I say, you know, other players who don't usually get game time probably should get game time. Do you know what I mean? And it's only fair. It's only fair, boys. It is only fair. You shouldn't really play your full A team when you're playing in every competition just for the first round of the Cup against Plymouth Argyle. So apart from Lewis Hall and Aaron Ramsdale, every single other player has been changed. Newcastle playing away from home against Plymouth Argyle at Moulton Road in the Carabao Cup round 3. Any trophy Newcastle would absolutely love to win and would be in history forever, no matter what it is. So the Carabao Cup is a trophy we want to take seriously, and it would be pretty upsetting if we were to get knocked out tonight. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but we should be beating Plymouth Argyle, especially with big boys on the bench. But I think the B team or the C team do deserve to have some minutes, especially in the first round. So just go out there, have fun, boys. You should be able to beat Plymouth quite easily. I'm not underestimating this team, but it should still be quite an easy match, no matter what team you have out. Newcastle's bench is pretty strong. Just get some minutes, progress us to round 4. You know, it's nothing too hard, but please don't make it too hard of a game. We should win by 2 or 3, maybe even 4 goals. Just play your normal football. You know, we've got big boys on the bench if we need that, but I think we're pretty capable of beating Plymouth with players that deserve minutes. Any trophy Newcastle would love to win. This is the least important and least valuable one, the Carabao Cup, the Carling Cup, but it is a trophy. A team like Newcastle would still love to win. They are the holders of this competition. Newcastle won against Liverpool 2-1 in the final last year after beating Arsenal in the semis, so they would love to win this again, get some more history in terms of their trophies. But against a weak team in Plymouth Argyle in round 3, Newcastle have a weaker team to go out tonight away from home and hopefully to avoid an absolute upset. And here is Lewis Miley, and now Willock, and now Wisser. There's Jacob Murphy. Many of these players haven't been playing because of the bulk of quality for the rest of our players. Miley! Pushed aside by Hazard. What's Eden Hazard doing in goal? No, I'm joking. You know it's not Eden Hazard. Yeah, no, most of these players haven't really had much game time this season or come off the bench, but they do deserve it in this competition. Lewis Hall to take. Dan Burns there had quite a bit over the side of the goal. Newcastle yet to score a set piece this season. Obviously early days, but just something you need to highlight. Miley stepping in. And it's still Wisser. Wisser, I mean, it's a bit of a soft foul to give. Come on, boys. As long as we're clinical, we'll get plenty of chances, should be fine. Nice one, Willock. Many of these players used to be in the Newcastle starting 11. Now, look, I think our bench is actually pretty strong, to be fair. Here is Harvey Barnes, replaced by Anthony Gordon. Malanga. He's looking for the run of Lewis Hall. And here is Barnes! Fading into the corner. Gets Newcastle off to a brilliant start. And Moulton Roads shunted into silent. The balloon popped early on. Great awareness by Willock to slot it in. It was actually Wisser, sorry. And Harvey Barnes with a pretty thumping finish. Nice, boys. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Should be winning. We'll be embarrassed if not, but it's a good goal. It's a good start. Good to see it, boys. I actually minded the Carabao Cup when playing the Leisure Pyramid. People see it as a fill-in trophy. I don't mind winning it. I think any team Winning it would be pretty good. And FC25, I did win it with Newcastle in the final against my club I spot in real life, United. No hard feelings. Let's hope I can do it again. It's opening up here for him. Newcastle just have to be a bit careful. Now they go on the counter, now they go on the hunt. Murphy, Barnes, Paul, good conditions for the counter. Now here goes Murphy. Willock, Ramsey, Miley, Ramsey! Oh, he couldn't resist. Hazard, what a stretch, what a hand to see it behind. Wow. I mean, Newcastle are just teasing and enjoying themselves. Hit it like a rocket. Anywhere more on the corner, it would have been in. Good save, equally. Now it's a corner. Murphy to take. Burns in there. Certainly solid presence, to say the least, in the Newcastle squad. Oh, and Dale's got a bit of space there. Uncomfortable space for Ramsey to chase. He's done really well, Ramsey. He might look for the 1-2. No. Murphy threads it. Miley's waiting. It's Miley. Miley! Blocked. Forced away in the end. Dan Blanco has got it here. He's got it. Now hear the crowds. Now here's Barnes. Now here's Miley. Is he onside? It's Barnes! Absolutely gave it everything, and from that angle it was unlikely it was going to go in, but you never know. Right across the face. He had a really positive start though, Barnes. He's probably been their best player, Plymouth. Dale so far. A bit dangerous actually. Well, that's a poor ball. Whistler not giving the best service so far. Really nice by Willock, and he kept it in. Murphy slipped the strongest spark for Newcastle, really. Ramsey. Now Barnes. Forced away. Newcastle persistent pressure as they look to smell blood and get a second. Wissa. Here is Barnes. All on the overlap. Oh, scampering forward relentlessly. Don't know how to pronounce that name. He got it away. And now it looks dangerous. A bit dangerous to say the least. Apple. Benarouz. Dale, most dangerous threat for Newcastle so far. Michael does something! Oh, it's in! Oh my god! Oh my god. What am I watching? What am I seeing? How? That is absolutely shameful. That's what happens when you complacent keep passing the ball around outside the box. That's what happens when you don't score enough. 1-1, Plymouth Argyle equalise. And that's one for the Turners. That's one against the script. Newcastle, a lapse of concentration. Newcastle complacent. And that's exactly what happens. You cannot do that, boys. You have to put them to bed. Oh my words. Well, that certainly will be a headline if Newcastle can't change that. Willock. Now here's Murphy. And Newcastle stunned. I'm absolutely stunned by that goal. Trippier. Murphy. Is that not a foul? How is that their foul? He went head first into him. Oh, Newcastle, I don't believe it. It's the first chance. That's what happens when you're not clinical. Almost at half time as well. 1-1. It's Plymouth. This is not what I wanted. Still plenty of time though, so no time for panic yet, but it is concerning. It will cause a bit of worry for the second half. Cheers, Botman. Yeah, just get it gone, mate. What is it doing? Now, for the first time in a while, Newcastle are having none of the ball. So Plymouth, who are absolutely in fine voices. Wissa, it does fall to him, and Barnes does play him. Now Wissa, and now Newcastle have to be deadly. They have to take their chances. Wissa! Hazard couldn't keep it out. He squirms it in. With a bit of luck, with a bit of scabbiness, he won't care. Dances like Michael Jackson on a sugar half time. And Newcastle, where Paul is out there relief from frustration by leading again. It's a really smart 180 turn to just head it in. It's a really positive pass by Ramsey to find him. It's a bit lucky. He won't care. He opens his account for Newcastle as well. Come on! Very crucial that goal goes in, otherwise half-time would be some tough words to be said. It is half-time. It is 2-1. Newcastle narrowly winning. That gives Plymouth a bit of hope, which is a little bit concerning. Just got to be... Boys, you just got to be more deadly in the second half. You just got to be more aggressive, more commandative in the shooting, more urgency. If you get outside the box with a chance to shoot. If you get a chance to play a man in, shoot, just pass it to him. Don't play it around the edge of the box. Just take a shot. Don't stop trying to tease them. Just play like any other match, boys. Right? Otherwise, you're not going to get as many chances, and you don't score, and you might regret it, as we did earlier. Now here's Wissa. There we go. Murphy. Oh, keeps it in quite well. And it's Miley. Willock. Wissa, this is the time to shoot! Slammed away by Hazard again. Miley, another one for him. Nice seen repelled. Corner. Oh, Byrne, away from him. Battling is Murphy. Murphy! Wissa, the smallest Newcastle player, was unlikely to do much with that cross. The more this match goes on and the more Newcastle stay at 2-1, they're going to be nervous, because this match goes to penalties as soon as... I don't even want to think about that. Oh, Dale. Byrne. Barnes. Miley. Now Barnes on the scamper, on the run, looking to turn up the gears to get Newcastle flowing. Oh, drives it in! Oh! Scampered onto it was Ramsey. Picture perfect, hanging in the louver. Newcastle finally take a bit of grip, a bit of control, a bit of guile. 3-1. An intelligent cross by Hall, looking for the danger, looking for quality. Ramsey ran onto it with conviction, with aggression, sliced it in. And thank the Lord for that. 3-1 with an hour played. Murphy nicks it pretty positively, and Murphy rampage on here, and he's going all the way. Oh, that was brilliant by Murphy. Maybe the turn was the wrong idea. I thought it was the right idea to give him a clearer chance in front of the goal, and now here goes Dale. Danger Dale. Menacing! Menacing! Oh, Ramsdale, thank God for that. Thank the Lords for that, may I say. He caught that, because Dale was looking dangerous. Here he goes again. He's still causing problems for Newcastle tonight. I don't like it. We should buy him. Ramsdale catches. Ramsdale doesn't waste time. He gets rid. Miley. Barnes doesn't waste any time. Looks to go direct. Looks to burst forward with pace. No one in the middle at the moment. Great defending, to be fair. Ramsey's there. Chops it back to Miley. A real cracker from Willock. Perfect technique, but it's just not enough bend to swerve it wide. Oh, just a bit too eager and ambitious to get there. First, Trippier. Ramsey, Miley with a blind spot. Barnes again to rampage forward and try and cause havoc. He's got there first, and he just ran it out. Miley. No, he's off. He's off. Why? Oh, he's not off. He's not off. Barnes. Barnes! Deflected! Willock was offside. He hit it wide anyway. Squandered it. Just dancing there, Barnes. Does deserve more game time, I'll give you that. But Alanga and Gordon are just so positive the whole game when I usually play with them. They've got so much energy that I just never sub them off because you play your best 11. It's not like real life where they do get fatigue, where you have, you know, I'm not doing this, it's FIFA. I do try and give him time though. He looks brilliant, Barnes at times, to be fair. Oh, Dale! Bit of a teaser. Miley. Now Barnes. Ooh. Wissa. Ooh. Miley. Ramsey! Oh, he lined it up all the way. It was saved. Corner by Hall. Murphy. Over. His goalkeeper's kicks aren't bad though. I gotta say, it's not been a thrashing, it's not been as comfortable as I would have liked it to be, but Newcastle did deserve that win. They could have scored a lot more, which is the problem, they didn't, but they won by 2. Ramsey and Wissa got the winners, and they maybe got away with one Newcastle, but they go through, and that's really all that matters in the grand scheme of things. Really good from the B team. A lot of players played pretty well, in my opinion. Just a lack of finishing in the box, really. Or the finding of ball, if anything. Now Newcastle will play... Newcastle play their second and their only and last Premier League match of the day. Now playing against Arsenal. Newcastle still 7th because of their early 2 losses. Arsenal probably one of the favourites to win the Premier League and probably the top 3 hardest teams you could play in the league due to their defensive grit and resilience and the lack of goals they concede. Their attack, I think, is a bit more easier to hold, but they do have some, tricky ones. Odegaard, Saka, Havertz. But I think Newcastle's strength in attack and their pacey wingers could give Arsenal a problem today. But obviously, I think Arsenal are going to play a really strong, compact. Look at that. Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Timber. The last 5 matches hasn't actually been the best. 2 draws and a loss alongside their wins. Newcastle not very far behind them in the table at all. It's going to be a really, really tasty game at St James's Park. Newcastle in good form with, 2 wins today, 4 wins and 1 draw in the last 5 games. We'll see what happens, lads, but I reckon Newcastle, it's a tough test for them. I think Arsenal probably are expected to win, maybe. But I reckon at St James's Park, this could be a really good game for Newcastle to win and play the atmosphere. Set pieces, big thing. We got tall players. We need to stop Arsenal set pieces tonight. That's one thing, right? Got to be commanding in the box. Our own set pieces, I'm not sure about that. I haven't scored one this season. But I think when we win the ball back from Arsenal, the counter is our best option because Arsenal, when they get in position and they get in shape, they're really hard to play against, right? Shots outside the box and set piece are our main threat. Win the ball back on the counter, and then that's when Arsenal are vulnerable. We got the pace to attack them, right? Van der Ven, obviously, Lookman playing today, but I think I think we'll be fine, boys. I think we're still really good at counter. Lookman has had a brilliant start to the season. Same with Van der Ven. Playing at St James's Park. The title contenders welcomed. It could be quite an interesting encounter. Newcastle now on pretty good form. Wouldn't be the worst match to lose or draw, but of course you want to play well, even if you lose. Lookman, 7 goals. He's had a fantastic start to the season, the Premier League top scorer. A warm welcome in the black and white Magpie St James's Park. A park where Alan Shearer got bags and bags of goals at, and now he is. They welcome title contenders Arsenal, who are looking to continue that title race. Can Newcastle dent it? And of course, Arsenal lost to a big team like Liverpool very narrowly on a few games ago last stream. Can they beat Arsenal this time? It's going to be a really good game though. Lookman, it's just going to be a really good game. We'll see how it goes. Set pieces, a huge part tonight in Newcastle's defending, and of course their counter is their best attack. They're pacey players. We'll see how Lookman does against Saliba and Gabriel, and Gordon against Calafiori. And then Capia, here's his first run. It's actually Ben White playing instead. That midfield battle's going to be really Rice, and here's Saka, shared as well. Van der Ven, he's got a tough job on tonight as well. Guimaraes, here's Lookman just shuffling off Gabriel. Tries to find Joe Linton. He sees the... Oh, I think he should have played in Gordon. I think maybe the gap was a bit too... Here's Saka against Mickey van der Ven, former Tottenham v Spurs. He wins the battle. That is lovely to see. It was actually Cher, sorry, not Van der Ven. I got it wrong, not bad, but still, really good challenge anyway. Saka. White. Saka. And Tonali's just chasing him down, snarling. It's really good to keep it in and win it, but he's gifted it back to him. Victor Gyökeres has strength. Fabian Schär has to be wary. It comes to Tino Livramento's job. Joelinton. Now here's the counter. This is what I was on about from the very start. What a ball from Lookman, by the way. For Alanga to at least press and test Calafiori. And Arsenal do have strength in their defence, you can't forget that. And now Van der Ven on the chase. He's done really well. But Victor Gyökeres. Ah, oh, brilliant. Look at the teamwork. Just bullies Arsenal centre forward out the way. Oh, and Leandro Trossard is in a bit of pain here on the floor, and he will have to come off. It looks like a serious injury. An early blow in this game for Arsenal. I don't like seeing players injured, but it is FIFA. It's an early benefit for Newcastle. Not sure where it was from. Was it from when the two players bustled into him? Oh, it was from Mickey van der Ven's header, and he reversed. Oh, he did step on him as well, accidentally. Well, Martin Ødegaard's coming on, and that's not a bad replacement at all. In fact, I would have liked him to stay off the pitch, really. Ball driving down the wing, Gordon. Joe Linton, Tonali. This is where Newcastle can profit. Oh, Lookman just couldn't find Gordon. Saka. Oh, keeping him honest, keeping him busy. It's going to be a really good test tonight to see if Newcastle can hold Arsenal. Gyökeres, Cher keeping him just away from any helpers. Cher looking long. This is the counter. This is the counter. Newcastle in a nutshell. Lookman, Alanga, Joe Linton. Armando Lookman going in! Stings the palms of Raya, and he looks in frustration. That was absolutely electrifying to watch. Rampaging. And he is the danger man, the Premier top scorer. Lookman, brilliant start on Newcastle. That would have been another early historic mark for him. It's a corner. Arsenal have plenty of height. They're not going to win it. Tonali heads it down. Has an extra second bite at it. And how often do you see that? Newcastle's certainly the underdogs on corners, just because of how bad they've been this season at corners so far. That's a press. You don't want to do that against Newcastle. Gordon. Ooh. Saka. Victor Gyökeres. He's seen Saka go. He's looking at him. And now Hall against Saka. Crucial moment in the match this. Saka. Trying to burst past Hall. Saka. Hall again. Keeping tight. Keeping close. Keeping true. Mickey van der Ven. Gyökeres on the turn. Sweeps it over. Good boys. Good. Keeping him tight. Forcing the mistake. Forcing him to shoot, really. Unlucky Alanga. Just won it back though, Newcastle. Van der Ven, Joe Linton. Tonali looking for the pacey Alanga. Decent delivery. Lookman's headed it down! Joe Linton! Via in no man's land. He's capitalised. Raya distributing to the poor, distributing to the Magpies. Hear the roaring noise around St James's Park. What an error, what a scramble. Call themselves the best defence in the league. What a mess. Look how high he leaped. That's Ronaldo-like. Lookman got the assist for that somehow. It was a scrappy header that fell to Joelinton. Raya came out. He just risen higher than Raya. And Newcastle lead. Come on. Yes. 30 minutes. Strange. Uncanny. Arsenal behind to a scrappy goal of their own. Lookman will have the assist for that. Joelinton says thank you very much. And here what it means to St James's Park is... Oh, he's... Gyökeres coming up here. Odegaard. Tino Livramento, frame, body, everything in the way as necessary. What a goal. Strangest goal I've ever seen. I thought Raya was definitely going to get there. Joelinton's height just eased him out of the way. Saliba. Whoa. Gyökeres couldn't keep it in, but wow. I mean, Newcastle deserved it. Their game plan has worked perfectly so far. Oh, Gordon. Joelinton. Whether Lookman meaned it or not, it's a vital header. Gordon. Racing for the overlap. Here's Hall. Galloping forward. He's done rattle. Very, very dangerous play by Arsenal. Backing into Gyökeres. Van de Ven. Rice, Gordon chasing White. He's done really well. He frustrates Arsenal. He forces the throw. And Gordon goes again, this time against Saka. Eze. Lots of England players in both these teams. Oh! Saka just beat him to it. Saka. He's got to put the cross in, surely. He has. Martin Odegaard! Whoa! And he just curls it wide. And yet again, Newcastle got body back. Yet again, Newcastle's grit and resilience force Arsenal to take the shot and to force it wide. It's brilliant defending by Newcastle. They haven't had a lot to do in attack, Newcastle, but they've scored the goal. That's what matters, right? Gyökeres. Pull. And he's done that. Livramento. Now here's the counter I was on about. Here's the counter I was on about. Newcastle looking busy. Livramento. Oh, it's over, Gordon. He's kept it in, Hall. Sandro Tonali. A firm grip by Raya kept on the ball. That was brilliant determination by Newcastle to end the half with another warning to Arsenal. We are here to play. I mean, Newcastle have been more clinical. They've made more of their good positions as well. And if you think about it, the goal from Joelinton was crazy, but it was brilliant at the same time. It was really good. Newcastle just have to keep playing like they are, and they will get a second. They will win this game. And Arsenal, you never know what can happen. One set piece can change anything. Here is Gordon. Ben White just sweeping across. Poor. Poor. Very poor from the throw-in. White. Eze. Odegaard. Spice didn't start ahead of Trossard. Eze, Livramento getting back. He might not need to. Yeah, gone out again. Livramento, and now here's Alanga. Fury left him. Guimaraes, and now here's the space, and now here's the counter. Here's the danger. Newcastle in a nutshell. Tino Livramento. Away. Odegaard. Alanga chasing that. Look at the pace. Look at that. Van de Ven, Bruno Guimaraes just turned into the back of him. Tries to go again. Oh, this is the danger. Do not let him get into Gyökeres, because he does have strength. He couldn't win it. Van de Ven, Schär. Oh, Saka. Saka. Ah, Fabian Schär there again. Paul says anywhere will do. That's more than anywhere. That's a Newcastle counter. Alanga, you know his pace. After all, it's his main attribute. Raya at the back post just drifted it and stopped anything from happening. Oh, that's a shame. Good boy. Saka. The only goal in this game coming from an Arsenal mistake, but goal that Newcastle deserved. Sharing again. Anticipated really well. That, again, by Gordon. It's Fabian Schär, the centre-back, with Lookman alongside. Lookman, invitation to slam it in! Tightens the grip, it's crazy, it's chaotic. He shows up at the big time. The spotlight on him and him and him again. Fabian Schär using the muscles to burst forward. He did it himself. Come on! He had Elanga, he had Gimrice, just like even the captain. He said, no, I don't need anyone. Oh, slotted away myself. Arsenal downed. Arsenal unravelled. 8 goals now for the Premier top scorer. What a flying start for him. And St James's Park love him. Wow, come on. This is fantastic for Newcastle. It's 2-0. Arsenal undone. And Newcastle can surely hold this lead. Now they can play with freedom. And it's another goal for Lookman. Elanga, this is brilliant. This is exactly what I want to say. Game plan has worked perfectly. Elanga, Gimrice. Gabriel blocks to save the game. Brilliant performance by Newcastle for 70 minutes, really. They've been perfect. And I've enjoyed that goal from Lookman. Is brilliant. And like I say, James's Park loves him because he did show up at the big time. It's a brilliant goal as well, so confident. Now here's Hall, muscling up. Gets it away! Gimrice scrambled away. Should have passed it to the right. Gyökeres. Eze. Van der Ven said no. Ramsdale looking long. Joe Linton couldn't win it ahead of Rice. It's Eze, got a deflection because of Newcastle's, brilliant defence. Livramento, his turn to put a shift in, his turn to get a block in. Now it's Gimrice's turn, and now Lookman picks it up. Elanga, time for him to fizz. Tries to find Gordon. Away. Tonali. Just more. Saka. No one is giving Arsenal any time to breathe, any time to do anything. There is still 10 to play. Saka. Dangerous! Odegaard straight into Ramsdale's hands. Tonali's injured, I think. And you have to get up though because there's still 10 to play. It's Gordon, close it down well. Look at this defending by Newcastle. Paul. Oh, poor from Lookman to glide away. What a performance. What a performance. Looks to be 3-3 wins for Newcastle. Looks to be even more than it looks to be a win against title contenders Arsenal, the best defence in the league, and we're about to get a clean sheet against them. Botman. Bit of a soft foul skip, but I understand why they gave it. Tonali. Gimrice. Elanga. And now here goes Elanga again. Outpaces Gabriel, outpaces everybody. Plays, oh, if he would have got that in, it would have been, I think it would have been a goal. Arsenal nowhere to hide, the facts are true, they've been the much better team tonight. Van der Ven running against Van der Ven, he's won it. Arsenal free kick in a 90th minute. And even that set pieces will not save them. Even the injured Tonali helps out. Odegaard. Van der Ven's there. Tonali limping, sweeps it out. Ah, brilliant. Arsenal crumble in front of St James's Park. and it seemed pretty comfortable. That was one of the best defensive performances I've ever witnessed in a career mode. Because Arsenal, absolutely, every single ball in the air, every single contention, battle, Newcastle won. And that man there, who's having a brilliant start on Newcastle signing, gets a brilliant second after a crazy, weird goal for Joe Linton's first. Overall, Newcastle deserved that and probably could have got a third in the end. They took a real control in the second half. And that's 3 wins in 3 today. Certainly a much better turnaround, because that is now 5 wins and 1 draw from our opening 2 losses of the season that we had initially. Huh?
One we had initially. I quit for me. You know, we had not a lot of time, and look, we still playing FIFA. And 17.
Yeah, and we only have 15 minutes according to my calculation. Mickey van der Ven, Lookman, what signing so far? Newcastle's second game in the Champions League campaign. Yes, they only got a draw from the first game, but we do have to put it in context. Our first game was against PSG away from home at the Parc des Princes, after coming off the back of just... Oh, Tonali's injured. How long is he injured for? 24 days. So he did get a bit of an injury, to be fair. 24 days, just less than a month, probably. How many games is that? 1, 2, 3. It's only actually 3 days, I think. 3 games, I think, he's missing. But still, it is a miss, that, Tonali. Especially in games like this. He is a really good midfielder, Tonali. Now playing against PSV, who lost their first match, which is why they sit 25th place. I think a much, much easier game, especially at home in the Champions League. Do remember that this is our first Champions League game at home this season. Obviously, our first game was away from home. Who's our best midfielder apart from him? Barnes is a left winger. Can he go in there? No, it's probably Willock, isn't it? Ramsey? Probably Ramsey. So playing at home against PSV at St James's Park. And, I mean, Champions League nights at this. Like this for Newcastle. That's something else. That means something else to them. And for Newcastle, I mean, Champions League and St James's Park, they just go so well together. Last time Newcastle in the Champions League, they got knocked out the group stages. They do have a point so far. I do think they need to try and win this game. Who was our first win we played against? Who did we play against? Oh, it was Bournemouth, yeah. Just trying to think. So, boys, just go out there. Right, I think this is a game you should be winning. At least trying to win anyway. I think it's quite important to win this game, actually. PSV is one of our easier teams in the group, and it would be good to start a win at St James's Park in front of your atmosphere. You're on brilliant form as well. If you can get a draw against PSV away from home, you can certainly get a win against PSV at home here. So it's a big game at St James's Park. The full team's ready to play. The only change is that Tonali is injured. Well. Nights like this doesn't get much bigger in the Champions League. A group stage at the modern day St James's Park. Newcastle would dream, long, desperate to get, wouldn't even sniff if they had a chance to get in the knockout stages. Their first game was absolutely brilliant resilience at that 2-2 draw away from home at the Parc des Princes. But draws aren't good enough. They want to start off fast here with a win against PSV. It is the Champions League, and saying that in itself is absolutely brilliant. I don't know much about PSV. I don't know how good they are. I know they beat Liverpool 4-1 in real life. Lookman snatches that off. It's Anthony Gordon. We do know that Newcastle are brilliant form. Lewis Miley, the young man to replace Sandro Tonali. Big miss. Here's Tino Livramento on the overlap. Alanga! Drilled it down the face of Flamingo into corner. All to take here at Royal St James's Park. Joe Linton! Oh, could have left it maybe. Alanga? Well, he was snarling there. Absolutely rampant player on the wing, Alanga there. Love watching him, love playing him. Salah Adine. Liverpool trying to catch up. Gone. Block the cross, block the... Lovely shot. Oh, it might look dangerous. Oh, he's let it in. Oh my God, what is Ramsdale doing? What has he done? How has he let that under him? That's so lucky. Ismail Sabiri for PSV and Newcastle down early. Oh, that is so frustrating. He's got to save that, Ramsdale. I know it was an unlucky deflection. Oh, what is that? That is really, really poor goalkeeping under pressure. It's been so good so far this season, Ramsdale, but that is a really bad error in the Champions League and an early setback for Newcastle. We have got 3 clean sheets this season, but that, oh my word, that is terrible. Terrible goalkeeping. I do feel for him, it's pressure, it's a bit scabby, but still got to save it, surely. Gordon. Ball. Tries to find Alanga, does find Alanga. We couldn't find anyone else. I thought Cher did well initially. I saw it come back to him, I thought, well, that's dangerous, but I can't believe he hasn't saved that. Questions over him when he was at Arsenal, but I like him. Joe Linton! Oh, he's got it, Gordon. He's got it, Gordon, on a sixpence. What about a postcard? No, right to block. Oh no, oh, Van de Ven with his recovery pace, can he get back? I don't think he will. Oh, what a save! Oh, that's redemption. Redemption, Ramsdale. Spreading himself crucially. Yes! Oh, Perisic, we're just getting a bit undone here, boys. We're just looking a bit nervous, scrambling a bit here. Crucial save by Ramsdale to the night to come to. That's made up for his error slightly. Newcastle are getting done by their own medicine. Counters. Van de Ven almost got back, but he's not Usain Bolt quick, he's just quick. Gordon. Alanga. Livramento on the overlap. Here is Alanga. Decoy run by Lookman allows him to burst through. It's Joe Linton. Oh wow, fair enough. I don't know who that defender is. Is it Dest? He looks really good, to be fair. Livramento, Miley, Joe Linton, positive by Newcastle to win the ball back and go again. Joe Linton. Now they pick it up with Gordon. Now it's all drives it in. Couldn't get it fully in. It's away. Newcastle persistent pressure now. Now we've got to be careful and wary of the counter. Oh, Miley with a crucial challenge, to be fair. Joe Linton. Oh, no! No! This is made from this attack. Anthony Gordon storming, twisting, in! Equalises for parity and salvation in the Champions League. It's cold. There's ice in his veins. It's colder than that. It's brilliant from Anthony Gordon. Unrelentless. His pace is unmatched. And another cool move by Newcastle. So sharp in transition. Lookman was begging for it in the middle. Gordon took it on himself, and why not? And now it's the first goal in front of St James's Park in the Champions League. And look at the bedlam and the bliss and joy that Newcastle are feeling. There ain't many grounds like this, I will tell you that. Perisic, who had that chance to make it 2-0 to PSV, which is now, crucially, the miss in the game. It's play. Memento. Verman. Who hurries out, and Newcastle can go on the counter. Their favourite thing. Gordon. Ooh. Threaded through! Saw Lookman there and you thought, hold on a minute, there might be something going on here. It's man. Room for PSV. Paul juggles with it. Threads it back to Ramsdale. Brilliant ball to find Lookman. Advantage for Newcastle as well. Lookman. Alanga! Oh! Bullet it with velocity. What about that for science? Set it up for himself. That was genius. It's a majestic sweetener. It is fantastic. The spin, the weight, the precision, it's all there. And Newcastle fans going crazy. There's the gritty. There's the signature celebration. There's the boy. And there is the Newcastle lead to send the ground into raptures and shake the roofs and test the roofs of the Newcastle St James's Park and to test the PSV. That is brilliant, boys. That is fantastic. Now Livramento showing aggression. Newcastle are here to play, all right. Take your chances while you got it, because Newcastle are so rampant themselves. Lookman looking central. Looking for Gordon. Looking! Oh, it's Salanga. The captain's there. Into the gloves of Kovar. Oh! They give it away. Alanga. Lookman. Why is he gymmed it wide? I don't know. Lookman stings the body of Kovar. Well, that was brilliant from Lookman. I don't know why Bruno Guimaraes just didn't hit it first time. He had a clear opener goal. He dragged it wide for some reason. I told him to shoot, he didn't. 2-1 at St James's Park. Brilliant game. Brilliant contest. These fans are enjoying it all right. What a goal from Anthony Alanga. Now it's Gordon. Just ran it out. Frustrating when players do that, but it's him, so you know how many times he succeeds when doing that. Oh, I told you, Livermento's just got to be more careful there. Now Mickey van der Ven. Oh, he's done the same thing, Hall. He's done the same thing. Van der Ven and Cher. Brilliant from Van der Ven. Oh. Lookman. Wrong way. Van der Ven! Oh, it's 2-2. Hassan Lapi. And I think Newcastle just got a bit focused, boys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a good goal. Listen, they did 1 or 2 really good passes. Miley just left his man. It's fine. And Ramsdale can't do nothing about that. I think that's probably what the score should be. It's all right, boys. Focus, focus. Do not let that panic you. Stay in position. Stay in shape. Keep playing how you are. Let St James's Park play to you. Get back up. It's all right. It is a poor goal, right? But not too much you can do about it. It was good from PSV. 2-2. And we're going to have a brilliant second half here. Lookman. What I got to say, if that would have went in, I think I would have ran onto the pitch myself. No way through Joelinton or Newcastle. He's got to be more composed there, Gordon. Lookman. Wow, wow, wow. The pressure from him should be applauded. Oh. Gordon, Joelinton. Yeah, Lookman. Guimaraes. Livramento. Alanga! Oh, Joelinton, surely had to. What a save, what a chance. Goal begging. Oh. It's nothing like the Champions League for you. Anthony Gordon to take a corner. Newcastle haven't scored a corner this season! He's in the ball! He's kept it in. Oh, wow. Misses in the Champions League, moments in the Champions League. Opportunities in the Champions League. Van der Ven. Will Newcastle rue that not going in? I hope not. Would have been a brilliant time to score off their set piece, that's for sure. Oh, uncanny. Memento's there. Miley, Newcastle's certainly the better team. Despite the scoreline. Lookman, evading. Lookman with a bust. Lookman with a tussle. making progress. Lookman! Oh, that would have been something so special. That was mesmerising to watch. He's gliding and caused so many problems. An inch of beauty. And with 20 to go, Newcastle certainly ramping up the gears. Giving PSV the ultimate test. If they keep playing like this, Newcastle surely will get the goal. Has to. Van der Ven, keeper comes as well. Ramsdale, fair enough. Gordon breaks away. He's spotted Lookman! He's spotted Lookman! He's done it! Busted in for a Newcastle bedlam. Pendulum, there it is! He's going to break the roofs off. He is Newcastle's X Factor in the Champions League. Possibly the new Magpie hero. Yes! Get in! It is something special. He's the difference maker. He is Newcastle's James Bond heroics. I haven't got anything more to say about him. He has left and brought a new spark of life, a new burst of breath for this team. And he is causing havoc in every competition he plays. And after persistent pressure from Newcastle, as they demanded, obliged to get the lead, they got the lead. Botman and Byrne coming on, just more than quarter of an hour to play, and a modern Lookman, everyone. His first goal in the Champions League this season, alongside the amount of Premier League goals he's already got. That was fantastic. The ball from Gordon does not need to be discredited because that was fantastic from him, but the run from Lookman, the finish from Lookman was fantastic. There's still time though, so Newcastle have to be tested. Have to be careful, have to be measured. Van der Ven's there, Guimaraes turns with poise. Alanga. Mickey Van der Ven! He's in! Oh my God, what are we watching? Oh! Glory, Newcastle! It's the defender, the centre back, towering up, what's he doing? Oh, lovely, come on! They all jump over him in a crowd of bliss, it doesn't matter, you can't hear me anymore. Newcastle have gone absolutely wild and uncontrollable. Mickey Van der Ven's first goal for Newcastle, a goal he'll remember forever. And the goal that I'll remember forever in the Champions League to give Newcastle comfort. There he is, our man, our soldier, our warrior. What a start for his Newcastle career. He's got a goal in the Champions League to add to that brilliant start. And he's had a brilliant game as well. He's just been brilliant. What a signing he's been for Newcastle. And we lead by 2 now. Botman's there. Miley. Lewis Miley to carry it all the way. Not quite. What a performance by Newcastle though yesterday. A mistake by Ramsdale. Apart from that, everyone's been pretty good. And the chances we've had, the response to PSV equalising was brilliant. Here is Dan Byrne. Oh, Lookman, don't blame him for going for it. Botman, looking a bit tired, looking a bit slow. Where's that gone? Guimaraes, Gordon, Joelinton. Lookman sends Gordon to the races. He's in by himself. He's got the goal gaping. Alanga walks it in with purpose and emergency. Newcastle sealed it in style. And that is what I want to see. Newcastle in a nutshell. Alanga speeds away and visits the adoring Newcastle fans who are having the time of their lives. Yes. So impressed with you today, boys. It's brilliant attacking football and it's finest. Champagne stuff as Newcastle gallop to a win. Four wins in 4 today. 6 wins and a draw since our opening 2 losses of the season at the start of last stream. and a win in the UEFA Champions League at St James's Park is precious and valuable. It was won in the last 20 minutes after Armada Lukman got the goal. Mickey van der Ven fancied a taste himself, and Anthony Alanga with his brace has also helped Newcastle in this game as he sealed it. What a game. What a game. Newcastle's response to going pegged back to 2-2, they were electric. Right. Last game of the stream here against Nottingham Forest at home at St James's Park. We've won 4-4 today. We have one more game to play. Obviously, we're playing 5 games a stream because Newcastle are in every competition you can imagine. So, you know, what performance today by Newcastle? 4 out of 4, beating teams like Arsenal and PSV, and pretty good. Last game in the stream, playing against a struggling Forest at home as well. Should be a pretty good encounter. I think Newcastle should win this one as well, just because of their form and just where we are and just where Forest are in the league. I will say, look out for Chris Wood and Morgan Gibbs-White. Morgan Gibbs-White is the danger man tonight. Mark him, then you've stopped pretty much a lot of Forest's attacks, if he's playing, of course. But I certainly will be very surprised if I don't see him playing. I'm going to be honest with you, lads. Come in. Coming. Go on, Dave. Lovely. Right, apologies. Where you going? Why? Final game of the stream. Was just about to play it. Dola. When it's dinner, come up and get me in advance. So then, because I can't hear because I've got headphones. Okay. Yes, I don't know. I'd lead for Gimrise. I think we just about fit it in, make it 5 games. But yeah, as I already said, sorry about that by the way. It wasn't loading me in the game properly, so I had to. I had to restart. Here we go. Newcastle v Forest. Playing at St James's Park. Newcastle on brilliant form. 6 wins and 1 draw since their 2 losses. 4 wins today. And coming off of a win in the Premier League against Arsenal and Bournemouth. Games that Lookman lovely fancied. Anderson. Gibbs White is playing. Yeah, I see him, the number 10. He's the main threat, as I said to you. Mark him, you'll be fine. Hutchinson. Into the middle. Tino Livramento has that, surely. Joe Linton, Lookman to go long. The tallest of players, but he has got the winger, Gordon. A decent ball, Alanga! Saw it coming. McKee Van de Ven. Yeah, never going to go in. Tino Livramento shot. Miley. Gordon. Lookman. Alanga! Pushed aside by Ortega Romero. He hit that with some fizz and venom though, Alanga. Positive. Now he's going to take the corner considering Sandro Tonali isn't here today. Joe Linton! Shot. Ortega Moreno had none of it. Good play by Forest, to be fair. Newcastle have to be wary. Then Doy. Easy for Share. Gimrise had to help him out. Joe Linton. That's a foul, surely. Advantage played. Gordon trying to burst away here. Ball goes out. Yellow card, but no free kick for Newcastle. Ooh. Throw in, that caused a bit of a problem for Forest. Sangare. Gibbs White being marked, being hassled well, just as Newcastle wanted to have him. Gordon, lovely intent to drive that out. Not much for Newcastle. Told you, Gibbs White is too good to be left. Oh, he's found Gordon though. Lookman snarling his way up there with vicious intent. Oh. Still Hall. Morello's there. He probably should have passed it earlier, Hall, but you don't blame him for making the hard yards. Hutchinson has a break. Forest have a break. Forest have a counter. Gibbs White. Wood. Gibbs White's got to be stopped. He was marked, and then it was blocked away by Marley. Possibly defending by Newcastle. Now it's Lookman. Ah, lovely. Ah, brilliant. Wonderful feet. And again. Right up there. The rest is strength. Gibbs White forced back and forced to not have the ball. Shabby and Shea remained up there. We just quite out a bit of Forest players. Both teams lacking a bit of chances since the opening few minutes of the game. Newcastle winning the ball back, wow, impressively as well. Alanga, Lookman, will he look right? Will he look left? Will he look himself? Looked himself! Ortega Moreno, stunned, palmed it away. Now the ball from Alanga. Joe Linton. Offside Alanga, disappointing. Newcastle turning over the ball really well so far, that's what they do. Gibbs White, got to be stopped. Oh, what a ball. Shea's got an issue, Shea's got Hutchinson to deal with, the battle's on. It's Chris Wood now. Ah, lovely from Mickey van der Ven, absolutely fantastic. Stepped out really well, the ball wasn't the best though. He tried to look for the ambitious Hollywood ball of Lookman, which would have, of course, caused problems. He's been marked really well in this game! Oh, it's in. Well, it's an absolute perfect bender from Hutchinson, and Newcastle behind with just merely 5 minutes before the break. I don't know how he squeezed that in. I don't know how Newcastle got that. It comes from the giveaway from Van der Ven, but it's not really his fault. I mean, Bruno Guimaraes is ball watching. He's focusing on getting back rather than going to the ball. Hutchinson just bends it round him. And Ramsdale's got no chance of getting that. Flip's sake. That is so frustrating. Why are you not going to the ball? Told you Forest have barely any chances in this game so far. I was right, there is a chance. Lookman's got to pass more. He'll get his chances, he'll get his goals, but not by doing that. He has got smart feet though, Lookman, I won't deny him, but that doesn't matter. Newcastle are losing. Wood. Livramento. Gives Forest a bit of a soft free kick in my opinion. Gibbs White. Anderson. Spotted Gibbs White! And over. Quite fortunately and quite importantly for Newcastle. And that closes the half of Forest being the better team in the last quarter of an hour. Which has of course caused their goal. Just got to be more on the front foot. Just got to keep giving the ball away. Good ball by Joe Linton. Lookman, Gordon. Lookman. Gordon again. Bruno Guimaraes. Murillo forced to keep it in. Forced to keep Forest a bit under pressure. Hutchinson. Brilliant by Joe Linton to anticipate the coming danger. Just got to be more on the front foot, as I told you boys. Just got to be more purposeful when attacking. Stop giving the ball away, make decisions better. Be faster how we usually are. Newcastle way. That's better. Alanga. Better. Van der Ven's never going to win that. He did well there. Jolinton, Gordon. Now goes Luckman. And Shez stayed up, which is a bit of a danger because it leaves Newcastle a bit vulnerable at the back. Oh, Shez the one to step in. Huh? Which is why I told you to come get me as soon as I... Well, you can tell them what happened. I'll be back in 20-30 minutes, guys. It's my job to get you peek. When I'm back, I will finish this game off. Right, lads. Right, lads, apologies for being gone for 20 to 35 minutes. I was having my dinner. I was on an AFK break. Unfortunately, that does happen during my stream sometimes. We've played 4 Newcastle games. We've got 1 to play. We got just less than half a game to play against Nottingham Forest. We are 1-0 down because of Hutchinson goal. Newcastle on the back foot. Let's get back into it, guys. I think Newcastle just need to be more on the front foot, if I'm being completely honest. Generally. But let's hope we can get back into it. Livramento, that'll be a foul to Forest, a cheap one to give away. Sangare will give it back to him. A very cheap foul to give away. Newcastle haven't lost since the second day of the season. Woods, free kick. Thankfully, straight into Ramsdale. Bit of a nervy moment. Livramento will pick it up and burst away. This is Alanga. Good ball, really good ball. Smart. Lookman. Alanga! Van de Ven again! The centre-back's done it again! Unbelievable! It's fairy tale dreams, it's fairy tale stuff for the former Tottenham man, and then... Oh, he's Newcastle's saviour! Lookman to Alanga, to the centre-back who ploughed forward with intent. He spared the blushes on Newcastle. He's delivered a towering blow, his second goal in merely 2 games. That is absolutely mesmerising. The centre-back's done it again. He's not just come to Newcastle to deliver tackles and defence, he's come to Newcastle to score goals as well. It is 1-1 with 25 minutes to play. Newcastle level, but can they complete the comeback at St James's Park, who are absolutely loving Van de Ven. That is fucking brilliant. Go on, son. However, Paul has a nick on it. Fabian Schär. Alanga. Now Newcastle go hunting. Now Newcastle up the gears, and now they're looking for the magical second. Gimrai swings it in! He's done it! Finished it in with pure magic and pure noise and rampant roars around St James's Park. Anthony Gordon has delivered the towering blow to put Newcastle ahead. Newcastle 2-1 for the first time in this contest. How quickly can this beautiful game, how quickly can football change? A half-slicing volley from Anthony Gordon as Newcastle's saviour once more with 20 minutes to go. Newcastle completing the comeback. Now Gordon will chase. What a turnaround. It is Morgan Gibbs-White though. Forest might have a bit more havoc left in them. Gibbs-White! I told you to mark him, I told you to mark him. You cannot leave Gibbs-White with a run like that. Led for 4 minutes, Forest respond themselves. You cannot let Gibbs-White have a free run down the channel and a free shot on goal. It's a really good finish. Ramsdale's got no chance. I don't believe what I've just watched. You have to look! Oh, Van de Ven just leaves him slightly in front and no one else is there to help him. I told you it's Forest's main threat, and it's so frustrating when you've spent so hard to get ahead just to concede straight after. You're going to have a massive final 20-minute showdown here. Can anyone get the winner? Can anyone be the hero? Can anyone respond for Newcastle again? Gordon thought he had won it. Turns out it was just a warning. And now Forest looking to lead again. Hudson-Odoi. Ramsdale felt he had to get there. It's Bruno Guimaraes. Anthony Alanga. Looking for Lookman. He's found him. Lookman. Oh, fairy tale stuff. What is happening at St James's Park? Alanga. Joe Linton. Pull away. Van der Ven in the way. Miley absolutely crunched. Free kick. 10 to play. It's Cher. Oh, Alanga given away. Now there's 10 minutes to play. Is anyone going to get the winner? Is anyone going to be the Newcastle hero? St James's Park oblige. Hudson-Odoi, Van der Ven, Sangari, Anderson, Hudson-Odoi, Wood, it's in. And with 8 minutes to go, Forest complete the comeback. Oh, I don't have nothing to say. It is heartbreak for Newcastle, who have defended so starly. But after winning 6 matches and drawing 1, they might just be about to lose. Forest have hit back. It's so unlucky for Newcastle, who Alanga. Nice. Away. Gordon, Miley. One last chance for Newcastle. He's in! Anthony Alanga! A drama! It's wonderful! Anthony Alanga, it gritties down the channel. And here's a Newcastle roaring, relieving shunter. That is exactly what Newcastle can do. The St James's Park powers coming into life again. Newcastle on the jaws of death, on the jaws of defeat. Escape at the last. Gordon. He's won it for the Magpies. The best ever comeback you've ever seen. 2 goals in 3 minutes. A smash and grab. Oh my God. St James's Park, a day to remember forever. To grasp onto valuable, crucial, ridiculous to the sublime, and then again vice versa. The bedlam, the pendulum, Anthony Alanga's brace inside 3 minutes. 3-2 to 4-3. Yes. That is brilliant. That is Newcastle. That's full time. They've won it. That is just absolutely remarkable. Wow, wow, wow. Take a breather, take a breath. There's not many sports like football. There's not many teams like Newcastle. Anthony Alanga. Anthony Alanga. That is a blockbuster former Barclays Premier League game, that. Van der Ven and Gordon started the Newcastle comeback with 30 minutes to go. Gibbs White and Wood then put Forest ahead again with 10 minutes to go. And in the 90th minute, Alanga got the equaliser that you thought was the last kick of the game. Gibbs White gave it away. And Anthony Alanga, on the last kick of the game, storm in again to score again. And he is the hero. Because he has just absolutely... wow. It's absolutely crazy. What have I just witnessed? That is stunning. Absolutely stunning. from Newcastle. The way they came back then, the way we managed to rescue that game is unbelievable. It's generally unbelievable. It's mesmerising to watch. Newcastle win 5 in 5. And I think we'll play one more. I don't usually do 6 games in a career mode. It's usually seen as a bit too much. But I think we'll do it considering how many games Newcastle have to play. Newcastle have won 5 in 5. A close win against Bournemouth. A smashing win against Plymouth in the Cup. A comfortable but chaotic win against Arsenal. A brilliant win against PSV late on. And an absolute tremendous late comeback in one of the games of the season against Forest. Newcastle now have won 7 and drawn 1 since their first 2 losses of the season. They have won 5 out of 5 in this game. And your last game in the stream is against 11th place Brighton, who are winless in their last 4 matches, but they are playing away from home. Sandro Tonali seems to be back in the starting 11. Despite being gone for 3 games, Newcastle managed to win those 3 games. Mickey van der Ven, two goals in 2 games as well. I don't reckon I can start Tonali here. I reckon we've got to be really careful with Tonali. I don't reckon we can risk him getting an injury for longer. I reckon I'm not going to start him, actually. Start Willock. Yes, of course, the game against Forest, there are criticisms about the game. We conceded 2 goals really badly. For the majority of the game, for 60 minutes, we weren't good enough in attack. Right, that's one thing. Second thing is we conceded 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes to go from 2-1 up to 3-2 up. Isn't good enough. However, the attack, the resilience was fantastic. And for the majority of that game, we defended pretty well apart from the goal. Playing away from home at the American Express Stadium against Brighton, Newcastle looking to win their 6th game out of 6 they've played today and looking to make it 8 wins and 1 draw since the first 2 games of the season, which is absolutely mesmerising form. Playing away from home, but much more sturdier and better form than Brighton. The reason why I'm playing an extra game is because I've got so much time to waste. I mean, literally. Lookman, still the Premier League top scorer with 8 goals. Here we go, Newcastle on absolutely rampant form. The form that isn't topped by many teams this season so far. They have certainly climbed the ranks, climbed the table. And after that chaotic, rememberable, unforgettable win later on against Forest, they have won 7 games and drawn 1 since their first 2 losses of the season. They now play away from home against Brighton in the final game of the stream. But every single player, Newcastle attack is rampant. Here goes Gordon early on. Hopefully we start a lot better than the Forest game. Minter. Hall's got a race on with Minter. A race that he's losing. Hall's turned inside out. It's brilliant by Mickey van der Ven. The strength, the timing. That is magic from Van der Ven, who doesn't just score goals, he's been a brilliant defender this season. Now Lookman, just a snippet away from Alanga. Joe Linton trying to chase up Jorginho. Oh, what a save! What a save! Aaron Ramsdale clawing across to deny Jorginho what looked like a certain goal. Boy, it's just a bit of a poor start. Pick yourself up, defend a bit better, a bit compact, just get rid of the ball. Looking a bit dubious at the moment. Van der Ven's there. Alanga, he ain't going to keep that. Poor touches from Alanga. I needed Newcastle to keep the ball. Oh, Matoma! Oh, and he's there again, Ramsdale. Stunning bash into the eye, Brighton. Newcastle just in a bit of a rubbish spell here, though. Van der Ven, Gordon, Lookman. Alanga again, the saviour against Forest. He's now going to go. He's absolutely fantastic. Alanga, oh! I was about to say here's Lookman. How did he mess up that? How did Anthony Alanga mess up that? I get why he passed. Don't get me wrong. but the pass itself was so poor. Should be 1-0. Van der Ven, absolutely brilliant again from him, like a warrior. Now here's Willock. He's a warrior, running through the centre. It's a poor ball to Lookman, who's never going to get that. Van Hecker was in the way. It's quite a chaotic end-to-end start to this game. Jorginho shares in the way. Alanga, Van der Ven, good ball to Gordon. He's got Lookman alongside. The captain's in the centre. It's a poor ball to Alanga, who couldn't do much with it. Come on, boys. Share. Lookman picks it up in the middle of the park. It's Alanga. Livramento. Alanga. Lookman! Oh. Absolutely gave it everything. Whistled wide in the end. You expected the net to rustle and bulge. He wasn't far off doing so. I didn't actually expect it to go to Lookman. It did. I don't expect Lookman to be there either. I expect it to be closer to goal, but he's a confident player, Lookman, and he's on the ball again here. He's threaded in. Gordon! A golden chance and a chance wasted. He's got to drive through that. There is no reason to take the shot as early as he did. He could have driven the box, had a 1v1 chance, really. Yes, I told him to shoot, but I don't know why I did, to be fair. He had so much time. The reason I got him to shoot is I didn't like he wanted to drive in the box in the first place. Matoma. Good challenge. Newcastle defending pretty resiliently now. Alanga. Gordon. Away. Newcastle certainly could have scored by now, that's for sure. Same with Brighton though. Matoma. The captain needs to race back here. It's into the centre. Paul's the only man there. Oh, what a chance for Welbeck. He's headed it wide. Newcastle off the hook. Newcastle survive. An alarming scare. That's a foul, surely. At least the yellow card when play stops. But advantage is played. Alanga picks up Guimaraes. He goes again, waits the return. Guimaraes goes himself. Lookman! Wow. That might have hit Guimaraes' arm. It did. It's a free kick. He knocks over Karim Matoma. Oh, he gets the... Matoma's been given a yellow. I'm not sure. Oh, it's probably for advantage. No, I didn't say why is he being given a yellow. Kalioglu. Pascal Gross. Hall to give chase. Does well. Gordon. Lookman fools everyone by going the opposite way to Gordon. Wrong ball, wrong idea, wrong decision. Gordon. Lookman. Lookman. What is he doing? Pass it! I know you've been fantastic so far. That doesn't give you the excuse to be greedy. Gordon. What is Van der Ven doing up again? Well back, Jorginho. It looks dangerous. Van der Ven snarling up again. He's back now though. Joe Linton. Alanga. Nobody's there. Hall. Joe Linton. Oh, frustration for Newcastle because they've had their final ball in the box has been the problem in this half. They could have scored at least 2 or 3. Same with Brighton, yes. But I think we've had the better chances. And now the danger, and now the threat of not scoring when you should. Van der Ven's there though. Bruno Guimaraes just stumped. Oh, Matoma! No! 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 That is such a horrible and poor way to concede. A minute and 50 seconds over. Ayankambu Minter, I got to say. Bruno Guimaraes, the captain, at fault. Everyone's out of position from there. Everyone was ready to go for half time. Who isn't on Minter? And it's such a horrible time to concede. Just when Newcastle are having all the joy. Well, they've got 3 clean sheets this season, but they certainly Certainly, that is so poor. I expect a lot better from Bruno Guimaraes, not to give the ball away so cheaply and just clearing this half-time. I think the referee should probably blow the whistle there as well. Who's paying Brighton, huh? And for the second game in a row, Newcastle are behind at the break. Can't always go your way, can't always be smooth sailing, can't always get it your way. Newcastle should have scored in the first half, didn't. That was their problem. Gordon. Elanga. Guimaraes. Lookman, unselfish this time. Elanga charges in! And powers through the heart of Brighton. Champagne stuff as the lead mastered mere minutes. Yes! He's certainly racking up his goals now, the Grittier. But he is really an engine for Newcastle. They've started like a house on fire in the second half. The timing is perfection. Lookman, who's been a bit poor in the first half of this game, which is unlike him. He's got another assist. He's threaded through Anthony Elanga. He's not just here for goals, Lookman. I don't care what he does, as long as he gets something. He got an assist to have a huge impact in the game again. And Anthony Elanga gets Newcastle level. Joe Linton, can Newcastle do it again? Can Gordon get there? Just half a fraction behind Van Hecker, who, to be fair, did well. Bit too easy for Minter to zoom past. Ball's been done twice by Brighton. Lovely block! Ramsdale there. Finds Lookman. Joe Linton. Gordon! He's in! Bearing down eyeball to eyeball. His moment! Oh, he's in the ball! How? Oh! That's incredible. Right man in the right place. You wouldn't want anyone else. You wouldn't want anyone else. He had to score. He had to score that. Not just him, anyone would score that, but just had too much time maybe. That is so unlucky. Lookman. Newcastle frustrated. They should be 2-1 up. And it could be worse. Joe Linton, what a ball to Anthony Gordon. Joe Linton, Guimaraes. Shuns it up in the air. Mickey van der Ven couldn't win it against Danny Welbeck. Matoma to cause havoc, Matoma to cause worry. It's over the top. It's Minter. Crucial moment in the match this. Now Gordon wins a very lucky free kick there. There is just over 20 to play, and that miss from Ademar Lookman is the most unexpected thing ever. How he's been this season so far, that's meat and drink. Gordon! There it is! A punch to the Brighton blue. Anthony Gordon gets his fourth goal as well, along with Elanga, and says, that's me. Come on, that's lovely, boys. Cap off to Lewis Hall. Credit to Lewis Hall. Gordon's got an easy finish. He should be scoring that any day. But Lewis Hall, who absolutely does it down the wing to perfection, needs all the credit there. That is fantastic.
Rubbish in here.
Can you look? Can you see any? Apart from you.
Little fabric.
Where's Slodo?
Slodo's still down on the sofa.
Oh.
Doing Slodo.
Slodo. And with 20 to play, Newcastle have the crucial lead that they deserve. Minter. Gordon. Lookman. Gordon. Livramento has to race Matoma. Gordon. Now look at him race. chops inside. Alanga, Livramento. Oh. Turn to play, Karamatoma through the gap. Free kick to Brighton, Sandro Tonali to make his return. He'll only get maximum 10 minutes here, but the point is, getting back from injury, he needs a few minutes. Interesting free kick routine. Tonali's first contribution. To win the ball back. Look at this! The pace from Lookman is fantastic. The run from Lookman. Oh my God, what am I watching? There's 4 to play. Matoma, oh Mickey van der Ven, what a footballer. Joe Linton, Lookman. Still going, Lookman. Lookman! He does it in the end! Has to join in on the party. He's been begging and begging and he's busted the Brighton balloon. Oh, he missed a guilty shot 20 minutes ago. He's made up for it here by seeing him in the game. He started that move of intelligent run. He gets back in. He gets the touch. It's glorious. It's Messi-like. And he slotted in brilliantly. And Newcastle seal the game. Right at the very end. Fantastic. Fantastic. Ooh. Well, Sandro Tonali gets a crucial block in. It's quite noble right at the end. And Lookman's just headed it away. Full time. Well, Anthony Gordon and Lookman helped Newcastle towards the winner. That second half surge. Well, there's 6 wins and 6 for Newcastle. 8 wins and 1 draw since their opening 2 losses at the start of last stream. And a 3-hour stream, almost. Well, Newcastle, a brilliant stream. I mean, everything went their way. A tight win to Bournemouth, but a deserving one. Bit of a lacklustre attack, though. Won against Plymouth 3-1 with the B team in the Cup. Beat Arsenal 2-0 in an absolute domination at St James's Park. That will be remembered for a while. A late win against PSV, which Van der Ven and Lookman helped us do. An absolute classic. One of the best comebacks you ever see against Forest late on 4-3. And then a win against Brighton 3-1, which was won decently late as well in the game. And a second half surge from Newcastle. So there you go, 6 wins and 6. And it was a pretty positive stream in the end. Now, I will be streaming 2 streams tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow I will be streaming a Fortnite stream and another stream. It won't be a FIFA stream. Obviously, I've just played a Newcastle career 2 days in, or like what, 2 days in a row, or something near beyond there. And we've gotten quite a few games done, so I think I'll leave that for a day or two, Newcastle. But tomorrow we will have a Fortnite stream, as I haven't played that in a while. Obviously, this first week or 2 of streaming is just about me actually getting back into streaming and getting back to streaming on this channel, as I wasn't streaming on this channel for 3 months, as you're aware of. So, you know, the first week or 2 might be a bit disorganised. I might not be doing two streams a day like I usually would on this channel. And obviously, it was a bit of, not a rush, but it was quite disorganised me getting back. obviously the only thing you know is sort of that I am back and why I was gone. But what's going to happen is after the first week or two, it obviously won't be too far away from my summer holidays. So I will, and obviously, summer holiday is usually the biggest holiday you have, and obviously, usually that is around the time where I get the most streams in. So it's actually quite lucky that I've decided to return now, because I can have the first week or two just getting some streams in here and there, just getting Fortnite and FIFA back in the mix, maybe one or two other streams here and there as well. I promise you, when the time comes, and it won't be long, when it comes to the summer holidays, I will release a stream saying what my plans are for the summer holidays, like what streams we're doing, what's happening, all of that. Yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the FC26 stream. Newcastle, pretty good episode. I'm enjoying this career mode so far. Some tough games, but some very, very good games as well. I will be streaming a Fortnite stream tomorrow and another stream. My next FC26 stream, if you want to watch, will either be Tuesday or Wednesday latest. Hope you guys are having a good evening. See you guys next time. And it was quite a lovely stream, this. Catch you guys later. Goodbye, guys. Hope you enjoyed the Bobby Parr 77 stream channel. And yeah, comment down below, or chat down below if you want to see me play any other games or any other career modes in the future after this one. See you later, lads. He's on the sofa, I think. He's I think. Yeah.